Now, my friends, it is time for everyone's favorite segment of the week. It is time. Can we, just for old time's sake, Andy, can we change the camera shots? Yeah.
People love the most.
Yeah.
Camera.
Yeah, they love it. Oh, we're going to get so many complaints. Oh, stop changing the camera. Oh, all right, let's get to the questions.
We should put an epilepsy warning if we're going to do that.
No, stop it. Oldest first. ArielHelwani.substack.com is the place to be. Okay, we've got some time here, my friends. Let's sit back and relax and answer some questions. Zurian Combi. Hello, Ariel and crew. Figured this could be a stressful couple of days for a lot of us, so wanted to ask about something light and humorous. Does anyone have any embarrassing stories from when they were a kid? I recently remembered when I was in middle school and me and a couple of friends were jumping over chairs to impress some girls. I remember farting super loud as I jumped that I made up my mind mid-air just to run home as soon as I landed without saying goodbye. Let's hear some of yours. Thanks always for a great show. Gosh, that'll stick with you.
And did he ever address it? I want to know more. I want to know what ended up happening.
Yeah, we need more. Did you address it the next day, or did anyone address it with you?
This is our new church leader guy. We just need.
Oh yeah, whatever happened.
We need more. We need more context there.
Anything come to mind?
What was it? Just most embarrassing?
Yeah.
Man, I've farted in front of a bunch of people and not meant to, and you're just like, oh, I can't believe that just happened, and then either they address it or they shame you.
Yeah,
that's pretty embarrassing.
When they make the facial expression.
Eating shit in front of everyone.
Like literally?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess transitioning from farting to eating
shit for breakfast.
Like obviously falling, like wiping out.
Wow.
A couple people this weekend at the wedding I was at, they were all dancing up on some ledge, and I watched two guys step off the ledge. I guess it was a slippery spot. Legs just came right out from underneath them. Tailbone injuries. They tried to play it off, but there was no coming back. So yeah, I mean, anytime you fall, trip. Yeah. There's a lot of like little raised sidewalks in New York.
Oh,
that I just
literally just happened to me when I was running. It's gone.
That's right. You took a spill. But nobody's around for that.
Catch the big toe on it, and you just you don't even fall all the way. You just take one of those big steps and halfway fall, and everyone's like, hey, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. You didn't see anything. You didn't see shit.
Yeah.
Keep walking.
I've definitely said some dumb shit. Nothing's coming to mind like specifically because it probably happens so frequently, but I've definitely said something to embarrass myself.
This might be a surprise to you guys, but I've got one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell off of a loading dock. So I was behind a building that I worked at, and there were some pallets stacked up, and there was a giant carpenter bee. I don't know if you've ever seen those.
A giant what?
Carpenter bee. They're like these big black bees. They look like almost 1.5 inches. Like, it was just huge. And
they look scary, but they're not.
I didn't want to mess with it, and it came right at me, and I took a back step, and then I fell off the dock. And nobody was there except for there was an MVD or DMV next door, and this guy was like, hey, are you okay? And I was so embarrassed. I got up. I was like, yeah, there was a bee. And he was like, oh, I thought you fell. And I'm like, I knew that I was okay. Like, I didn't have a head injury because I was like, well, I did fucking fall. Like, I didn't make that part up. Like, you just watched it happen. But I knew no head injury because I was still smarting off, so I figured I was all right.
So do you think he thought you were like trying to attack the bee? You were trying to chase it down instead of falling?
Yeah, like I did evasive maneuvering or something. I don't know. Like, I was so annoyed by him. Well, I thought you fell. Like, I did fall.
That did remind me of one. I wasn't embarrassed because it was in front of my kids, and it was more funny than embarrassing. If it was in public, it would have been embarrassing. I was wearing very like slick socks and fell down the stairs. And
those are the worst.
My daughter goes, why is daddy sliding down the stairs? She thought I was like sitting on my butt, like going down the stairs like a kid would do. She thought I was like having fun. Meanwhile, I'm tumbling down the stairs. I come up with like bruises all over my arms and legs. Like it was horrific. But because she made it so funny, I was just laughing about it. Like it wasn't really embarrassing because it was my kids, but
that reminds me when my kids were young, we were in a pool at my brother's in-laws' house, and my kids were in a pool, and there was a floaty, like a big floaty thing that was, my son was 2, and it was starting to like come to him, and I was afraid that it would go over him, like those big unicorns or whatever it was. And so I bent over to try to move it, and I happened to be standing on a loose tile. And in the most slow motion way possible, I literally bent over and I can't even tell you how slow motion all of this felt. Fell head first into the water, fully closed, phone in my pocket, wallet in my pocket. It was just like, boom, head first. Yeah. My other son was like on the other side of the pool, and according to my wife said, "My beautiful daddy, oh no, my beautiful daddy," and I just went, yeah. Actually,
my daughter was laughing at me.
If you guys ever fall in front of me, I will laugh.
Oh, it was
already laughing.
I remember it was a Sunday. It was the night of Game 7, 2016. I probably talked about it on the show, Cavs Warriors, and so then I had to drive to Yonkers to get a new phone because I was afraid that I wouldn't have people's contact info for the show on Monday. That's how much the show means to me. Another one, I think I was 10 years old. We were in Egypt on vacation, and something went through the family, and I remember being on the tour bus. I was wearing a Snoopy Detroit Red Wings shirt, and I'll never forget it. And, you know, it's just something, and I let one I let one rip. Got out of the bus, and my brother said to me, "What happened to your shirt?"
No.
And it was just completely...
Shut up,
You
dude.
shat
You
yourself?
shit your pants
What the hell, Ariel?
on vacation.
It was completely, bro.
Of course, now I know why you remembered the shirt.
Shirt?
It was completely...
How did it get to the shirt?
I didn't realize. It was completely... I can't
believe you didn't realize.
I can't believe it.
Why was it all over your
How did
shirt,
it get to
too?
the shirt? I don't
Why was it all
understand.
over your shirt?
I don't
Not
know.
wearing pants?
It was so bad. Whatever happened.
How did they not say something sooner? How did they not smell it or whatever?
When we went to the airport,
Ariel shit don't stink.
a day later, we went to the airport. I kid you not. We were flying from Egypt to Israel. And because my family is
Was
from
this the same
Egypt and
McDonald's
Lebanon,
trip?
same trip. No, not the same McDonald's. That was a few. We were flying from Egypt to Israel. And they stopped my parents because they had to speak to them, ask them questions. Where are you from? Where are you coming? All this stuff. They always get stopped because of their background. They told me I had to go call my brother because we were about to cross through customs. And I go into the bathroom, and I kid you, he'll hate me for saying this, but it was the same trip, same issue. There was a trail.
Jesus.
From your brother.
This is horrifying. You should
What the hell did you guys eat?
bro.
It was
Oh
a
my
trail.
God, this is
It
horrible.
was. I'll never forget. I even remember what the floor looked like. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" It was a trail.
Yeah, on the
Now,
nose
did your
really brings it out of
did
you.
your parents get affected?
It was just me and my brother for some reason. It was really.
You guys must have.
It was tough.
That sounds
Sounds
tough.
it.
I mean, yeah, I think I could think of about a dozen situations like that, but I'm just gonna keep them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
I think we've conquered most of them.
I mean, good for you. Kudos to you for owning up to that.
Victor is asking. He wanted to ask about the possibility of an event in Chicago. Obviously, Bilal and Pena are champs right now. United Center has been great. 2 Chicago champs fighting would make a lot of sense. I have not heard anything about Chicago, but Dana White has said that, you know, they want to go back to some of the places that they were going to pre-pandemic. And so, yeah, let's see. I mean, they've held a lot of big events there, pay-per-views and non-pay-per-views, Fox events. The last show there, I think, was in 2019, I recall, because we did a trivia show afterwards, which was great with Derek Lewis and others. No, Derek was in the Vegas one. I think Stipe was at that one. In any event, yeah, Chicago's great. I'm sure they'll go back. And yeah, now that they have 2 Chicago champs, it would certainly make a lot of sense. Carson, hey, Ariel and the Uncrowned crew. Congrats on the new show and platform leading the pack in combat sports news. As always, here's my question. What are your thoughts on Sage Northcutt's recent announcement that he and ONE FC have mutually agreed to his release from the organization? Where do you see him potentially going next? I doubt the UFC would sign him again, although I could be wrong, but would love to see him fight in Karate Combat, interesting one, or the PFL. As a fan of Sage for several years, do you also feel that one has limited his potential and wasted many years of his career? Thanks again for all the great content. Much love and God bless. P.S. Frank, can I get a chi-wee-wee? I learned before the show that Frank is now deleting some of the drops, so he doesn't have them all.
He just let out the largest sigh I've ever heard.
Why are we doing this, Frank? Why can't we just have a system where all of them... What's the point of having all these drops if we can't use all the drops?
No problem, mate. Yeah.
But now what I'm starting to notice is you're starting to use the same ones over and over again, and that's probably because you're starting to transition away.
He doesn't want to. He was trying to explain it to you earlier, but he didn't really quite get it out. He is reorganizing them so that they make sense, right? He wants them to be in the configuration that makes sense to him, right? He wants like certain ones to be in this quadrant so he can quickly access them in this, and he's in the middle of that process. So now he's embarrassed and doesn't want to say it, but there's like lots of blank space. He's trying to reorganize so that they are coherent as an entire panel for him.
I have reached out to Sage and I've reached out to Mikey Musumeci, who also announced over the weekend that he has parted ways with one. Both got back to me, both very nice, both saying right now they don't want to talk about it. And so, yeah, I mean, I would say the Mikey news is probably bigger for one. Important to remember, Sage Northcutt just 28 years young. He's still very young. But to Carson's point, I mean, the fight against Cosmo Alexander did him no favors and certainly set him back. It definitely leads to questions about one in terms of like, you know, a lot of these American fighters that they were signing over the last few years, Eddie Alvarez, Demetrius Johnson, Sage, Mikey's at the top of the list, one of their most popular athletes, not being there. Are they transitioning away from that? Are they just going to focus on the Asian-based fighters? I don't know, but I don't think this is the end of Sage. I would be surprised, but I don't hate that karate combat idea as well, given his background. But as of right now, he hasn't talked about what is next. Matt, good day, Ariel and crew. With WWE Crown Jewel in the rear view mirror, what do you think about the PLE in general, and where do you see them going towards the end of the year for Survivor Series this month and Saturday night's main event in December? Thanks and have a great day. P.S. Would you ever think about starting a small weekly wrestling pod once a week for like an hour? Yes, that is in the works. Not hosted by me, probably, but definitely in the works as far as the uncrowned offerings. So stay tuned. Nothing in the immediate future, but definitely in the future plans. Crown Jewel is fine. I have no problem with it. I'm not a huge fan of creating a Crown Jewel belt. I don't think that's necessary. There's already a lot of belts as it is. It was a fine pay-per-view. Had no issues with it. I just think like, and I know they're paying a lot of money for it, so I get it. But Gunther versus Cody is enough. Don't really need a belt for that, in my opinion. Survivor Series is coming up. War Games. What they've done to resurrect Survivor Series. I mean, I was at Survivor Series in 21 in Brooklyn, and the brand, and it's a classic pay-per-view, one of the big four tentpole event. It was dead. The most anticipated match on the card was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, and that was the opener. And even it was Big E versus Roman Reigns in the main event. And then the rest, like the Survivor Series matches, all felt very flat. One thing that I would love to see them do, and I know they're probably not going to do it, but there was once a time where Survivor Series was actually on Thanksgiving night, on Thursday night. And that was super cool because it was a rare Thursday night pay-per-view. Now with the NFL, and, I'm not trying to advocate for people to work on Thanksgiving like the wrestlers and the crew. I'm sure they hated it. But there was something special about a Thursday night pay-per-view. That would be fun. That being said, they've done a great job of resurrecting it with War Games. So I'm looking forward to it in Vancouver. I don't even know if have they announced anything so far. As far as matchups, I don't think they have. No, doesn't look like they have. We're getting close to the Netflix debut. And of course, I was at one of the most famous WWE pay-per-views, which happened to be Survivor Series back in 1997, the infamous Montreal Screwjob. What an exciting time that was. First pay-per-view. Shooter McGavin. Hola, Ariel, and the boys in the back. Before my question, just wanted to say as an Oakland native, thank you for the love you gave the Oakland Roots. Yes, shout out to them. They even hooked that one tweet. They sent me a jersey. They sent me some merch. Lovely people. And what a nice logo. I would say top 5 best logos. Maybe there's something about the tree and the roots that I like. The tricky trees. Would love for you to come out for a game next year when they play in the Oakland Coliseum. Former home of the A's. I know, it sucks. Anyway, on to my question. I wanted to get your take on the potential Max versus Dustin matchup. While stylistically it would be great, I don't see why the UFC would want to risk Max losing the BMF belt to someone on the way out. I mean, there's no lineage to the BMF belt. They just created it and moved it on to someone else. So does it really matter? It doesn't matter. Do you guys think that Max Holloway will defend the BMF title in his next fight?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, Petesy. Welcome back.
Got it. You might as well. Pizza, is McDonald's good in Ireland?
I mean, it's fantastic. Where is it bad? You know what I mean? I've had it all over the world. Fantastic.
You guys got any special menu items?
We get we used to have this thing on Patrick's Day where you get like a McMore. More means big in Irish, in Gaelic. So the McMore was this kind of like massive burger that had Ballymaloe relish, which is a very nice relish that we have out here. Fantastic. Obviously the Shamrock Shake, Ireland, etc.
What is the Shamrock Shake?
It's like a mint. Claire would love it. It's like a mint shake.
Yeah, it's here in the States during March. I'm looking at y'all's menu right now. Double Big Mac.
Yeah, get your kids more fast food, Ariel.
Mini hash browns. Descended from greatness. Those kind of look like tater
my friend
tots.
Lee. It was Collie. My friend Collie Morrisroe, shout out Collie Morrisroe, shout out Pinebrook. He had actually had the mini hash browns the other day, and he told me exquisite.
Oh, y'all got the chicken wraps still, man. Those are the snack wraps. Those are fantastic.
Well, I mean, he was you know, it's a side dish. You know, get your main thing.
Yeah, and then you get a wrap on the side. Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength as you. The McSpicy looks good. The McCrispy Deluxe looks insane. Fried chicken patty, bacon.
Shit.
I mean, you got lettuce.
I don't go.
My favorite thing about McDonald's overseas and in the UK in particular, halloumi fries. Have you guys had halloumi fries?
At McDonald's?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Fantastic. I had it with my guy Raj as we were driving back from Manchester to London when we went to see Force. Halloumi fries. I mean, that is...
Nando's halloumi fries.
Nando's halloumi fries. Tremendous.
Crazy. They give you the sweet chili dip.
Ah, fantastic. So freaking
Fabulous.
Oh, yeah, they have these in the UK, huh?
Yeah,
These
they're
look
good.
tremendous.
Look, you need to get over GC. You're trying to find an excuse. We're at the stage now where he's looking at the McDonald's menu and being like, I need to get over there.
Ireland 2025, we'll go to McD's. McD's and the whatever end.
We have two in Blanchardstown, would you believe? That's how disgusting we are. They gave us two. Did I ever tell you about the Krispy Kreme? We got the first Krispy Kreme here, and it shut down. It shut down Blanche. Like, it was crazy. I had a guy in the queue. Like, I went 2 weeks after it was open. The queue was still out the door, and some guy was trying to wedge his child in front of me, to skip me in the line. Absolutely.
How good though. Incredible.
Fabulous. I only like the glazed ones. Sorry, go ahead, Ariel.
No. It's good. It's just making me so hungry. El Peruano. Hello, Ariel. You and the crew made me do a spit take recently with all the window talk and other hit takes. Agreed that adding Petesy was a brilliant move and looking forward to the vlog when GC visits him. Oh, there you go. Wow. How about that? In case Andy hasn't covered it, action song Salvaje means... What does it mean, Andy? Do you know?
Spanish village. It's a Spanish village.
Salvaje. Salvaje. Savage. That's right. That's what he says. It is savage.
Would you say Petesy Village?
I thought it was like a Spanish village. I just went out on a limb.
That's the song where he says Shavkat Rakhmonov. This week, I'm wondering, is the UFC devaluing the women's divisions? Seems that their title fights don't come as readily, and the champs don't get pushed as much. A women's title fight seems the best solution to UFC 310. Oh, that's December 7th. What's the fight, though? What's the fight? Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. She's not fighting. And Fiorot's team was not happy that I asked her about Zhang Weili. And I've said time and again, Manon Fiorot is the number one contender. I was just wondering if that was discussed or offered or whatever. Anyway, Zhang Weili, who's the number one contender in her weight class, 115? There isn't really one. Is it going to be Tatiana Suarez? She just withdrew. Is it Virna Jandiroba? I don't know. And then 135 we know is Kayla versus Juliana, and that's not happening on December 7th. So I don't know if it's them devaluing. I just think maybe, I don't know. There's not a lot of big fights right now. Do you guys have a take on this? It kind of ebbs and flows. There's not really...
How significant is it that we're talking about devaluing women's titles on the week that the Iron Lady, Jermaine Durandamy, retires? I mean, let's not forget.
Sure.
This woman won the featherweight title against Holly Holm And she was asked afterwards, do you want to fight Cyborg? She said, you know what? I'm actually injured. I need to get this sorted. And they were like, wow, that is not going to fly here. The Iron Lady, of course, had to wait a long time until she was back in the octagon again. Eventually lost to Amanda Nunes. But yeah, I mean, I got the feeling at that time that they were devaluing a champion, but not so much recently, I will say.
By the way, what about the revelation that Taylor Serrano 2 is at 138? Did you know about this?
No.
Very strange.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it's a super lightweight title fight if it's not at 140.
Well, it's Katie. She can do what she wants.
Yeah, she can do whatever the fuck she wants. Jay Billing. Hi, Ariel. I'm looking to break into the sports media industry. What's one piece of advice that you have from your time getting into the industry and now being a mainstay in said industry? I mean, there's a lot, but the first thing that comes to mind is look at what everyone is doing. Look at what everyone is doing. Look at what's out there. And it's okay to take from this person and that person and that person. Look at them all, but then create your own voice, your own unique take on things. Don't try to copy anyone because they can just go to that person. But if you find your path, your lane, like I've said before, you know, I felt like interviewing was my thing. I felt like it wasn't being done at a super high level, especially in the fight sports, especially in MMA. And so I made that my thing, and I stuck to that, and I focused all my time and energy on just that. Not, you know, and then of course other things came along, breaking news and the hosting and all that stuff, but that was my thing. So look at everyone else, look at what they're doing. Okay to take influence, but ultimately, you know, have your own voice and you know, have a unique, fresh take / perspective so that people come to you and want to work with you and hire you. Juan Sanchez. Hello, Ariel and crew. My question this week is more of a comment for the boys in the back specifically. I can't express how much I've been enjoying these pound-for-pound rankings of things that you guys have been doing. As I was watching the Halloween candy one last week, and New York Rick mentioned that Reese's shapes were near the top of his list, I realized that I had some in a jar on my desk. I ripped open the pumpkin-shaped Reese's, and oh my goodness, it was exceptional. What a great shout and attention to detail on Rick's part. I'll be looking out every holiday for the shaped Reese's from now on. Great show, boys. Love tuning in.
I mean, a man of culture, a man of taste.
I was wondering where he was going to go with that. I was kind of hoping he was going to be like, it's BS that he chose Reese's twice just based on the shape of them.
No, they're different. They're very different.
But
taste quite different. Different texture.
Up. Good call.
Both
Good
elite.
shout.
As a little tease, a little preview, tomorrow's pound for pound rankings.
Yes.
Apex Predators. Tomorrow's pound for pound rankings will be Apex Predators, so be on the lookout for that.
Apex theme show.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Apex Mania.
Boys in the back.
But boys in the back.
A little earworm there.
I like it. Craig. Hi, Ariel and crew. Can we assume that Conor's lack of fights on the horizon, despite supposedly being healthy, is very much connected to his current court case in Ireland? Perhaps it's more of a question for Petesy. Excellent addition, by the way. All the best, Craig. Wow. Do you think, Petesy, that there's a connection here?
I don't actually.
I don't either.
I don't.
I mean,
because when this was in 2019, as was referenced in court today, is why I'm able to speak about it. The DPP were investigating this. If they had found grounds to prosecute him, that would have been a much bigger deal. And they were happy to put him, you know, in fights with Cerrone, all that kind of stuff at that time. You remember Mark Raimondi asking the question and being booed at the press conference. So no, I don't. I actually don't. I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Also, he was 10 days away or so from fighting June 29th. You know what I mean? So that was on the books. So I don't think one had anything to do. Like, I don't think he was removed from that card or withdrew from that card because of this. That fight would have happened if not for, you know, the toe injury. So I personally agree with that. This is from Johnny. Hey, Ariel and co. First of all, huge fan. You guys are awesome. Secondly, it's kind of baffling to me how Khamzat isn't getting an immediate title shot. I mean, whether it's destroying Kevin Holland or breaking Whitaker's jaw, this dude has been absolutely unstoppable. Lastly, I kind of just wanted to know your thoughts on the current state of the UFC and their champions. Well, first of all, who says Khamzat isn't getting the next title shot, meaning the next time he fights, it's for the belt? It still hasn't been made 100% clear whether or not it's Strickland next. It seems that's the direction they're leaning towards, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do Strickland, then Khamzat. I wouldn't be surprised if the next time Khamzat fights, it's for the belt, is basically what I'm saying. As for the champions, I got into MMA/UFC back in 2016 when Conor was the face and strikers were thriving. Now, if you look across the weight divisions in the UFC, most of the champs are grapplers besides John Jones and Alex Pereira. And honestly, I find it quite boring. Do you think there's anything the UFC can do to fix this issue? I mean, just like women's MMA, it's all very cyclical. And yes, you're right. Right now, the UFC has several champions who aren't exactly the most, I don't know, don't have the most flashy style, or
they're not spectacular.
Yeah.
Is this true though? Like, I'm looking at these names. Like, is Ilia Topuria not exciting?
Obviously, there's one, but there's
Alexandre Pantoja not like. Even I know we get a rap like Islam comes from Habib's lineage, but like Islam's a finisher. I don't know. Dricus du Plessis is an absolute shithouse, just coming straight at people. Like, of these champions, I feel like there's nearly nobody who I'm like is kind of like, even Merab, his style is like, it can be grinding, but like he's shooting 15 takedowns a fight to try and get it.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, I heard from a lot of.
We're the equivalent of MMA crackheads, though. Like we are strung out.
I hear from a lot of Sean O'Malley, like all my nephew's friends are O'Malley fans, and like, oh man, this sucks, you know.
Bam Rodriguez, O'Malley fan.
Yeah, how about that? Shout out to Bam. I get that, but like, I don't see a boring one amongst them. I'll be honest, not one. Am I like, this person is boring?
No, I think we'd all agree with you as well. Honestly, it's just we're watching it through a different prism than people who might not watch every event and they're only tuning into pay-per-views when a champion's on the card, and then, you know, they have more means to be upset when they've put their money down and they're expecting something and maybe it doesn't go the way they anticipated to. I don't know.
It also is a very good point. Like, Rick, you have to admit, like, you are not being asked to pay for pay-per-views. You're not the working man who has to pay $75 and decide whether or not.
You have a dodgy box, Rick, yeah?
But
those fighting words.
But how about, like, that's fair point. I can acknowledge that and concede that part of it. But like, if you do on the off chance get to then watch a guy like Ilia Topuria, a guy like Alex Pereira when John Jones is fighting, a guy like DDP, even somebody like Zhang Wei Li, like, I don't know, it feels like a special time to me. Like, and
I get it.
Not just the champs, the contenders underneath. Like,
I have no issues with it, but I certainly get it. There's not right now. The biggest star in the UFC is the UFC, and they're on fire. And there aren't a lot of superstars at the top.
There's only one.
And who's that?
It's Conor.
And he hasn't fought in 3.5 years. And so when you compare it to 2016, when there were 5 pay-per-views that did over 1 million buys because of Conor, because of Nate Diaz being active, because of Ronda Rousey, because of Brock Lesnar coming back, like, those were super duper stars. We don't have that at the moment. Ilya's on his way. Alex Pereira is on his way. But we're talking a time 2016 where, you know, these were gigantic names. Not as many of them.
I would argue the names were bigger, but fight styles, like, is Brock Lesnar like box office? You know, like the fights themselves. I don't know. I feel like the level is so high right now, and even the guys who are grapplers, like let's consider Islam Makhachev a grappler. Like, the dude's an exciting fighter. For me, Merab, I find his style exciting. I could see how maybe somebody wouldn't, but like, I don't know. I'm all in right now. I feel like it's never been better.
All right.
But it's like the skill level thing that you're mentioning. I absolutely agree with you. I think it's better than ever, Rick. But you even apply that to a different sport like Premier League football, and it's a City game and they're playing Arsenal and it's 0-0. They're technically brilliant, but it's not exciting. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think
boring. I get out of here. Who? Name them. Say it. I want to hear a name.
I
no,
agree with
I'm not
BT.
saying from
okay. Let's.
We're viewing.
This isn't my point of view. This is not my point of view. I'm saying for people who haven't been watching this for as long as we have. There's not many people who have. Being honest, like, the sport's in a completely different place. When we started watching it, they're watching it now just for pay-per-views, and they're tuning in for a spectacle. And grappling, I love grappling. It's not a spectacle.
Who were these filthy casuals?
They're filthy casuals. What Petesy just said. The people who tune
I don't
in.
associate.
I have watched many fights with these people that are not UFC fans, and then they tune into the occasional big fight, and then when grappling starts, they're just like, just get up. Like, where are the knockouts? This is so boring. This sucks. These are the people who are not actual fans of the sports. It's the casuals tuning in every once in a while.
I don't know. Who are they watching that they're saying that about?
Look, I
watched the Valentina Shevchenko Grasso.
People hated that
last year. The one that ended in a draw, and people thought that was.
People hated the Shevchenko Grasso fight.
Yeah, and people thought that was
this past one.
Boring.
I mean, listen. This may surprise you. I don't think Bilal's boring.
Neither do I.
But a lot of people do.
I think if you have,
are we pretending that people don't say that about him?
We're not talking about ourselves.
No, I know exactly, but like, let's not pretend that this isn't out there. It's not. It's just
like I have friends. They'll see a main event and they're like, "I'm not watching that. I'm not staying up till 6 o'clock in the morning to watch that.
Yeah.
I'll watch Pereira. I'll watch Aspinall." That's pretty much it at the moment.
I mean, even people said Leon Edwards was boring, right?
Yeah.
The performance against Usman, the performance against Colby was tremendous. Has
boring become just not finishing? What is boring at this point? That's what I don't even understand.
The attention span has been eroded. The attention span's gone. It's
if you
dead.
can't finish a fight every time, if you're not Alex Pereira, you're boring.
It's part of the reason why a lot of younger fans, I think, say boxing is boring.
Yeah. That
you know
they're not
I mean?
just getting starched every time.
Exactly. And it's part of the reason why the UFC has had such success, because it's all very snackable. Everyone wants a 1-minute knockout. That's what no one feels cheated.
Yeah.
No one feels cheated. No one feels cheated when they get a 1-minute knockout. I would say traditional boxing fans will feel like, oh man, I was robbed. I wanted to see 8 rounds. I wanted to see 9 rounds. I want to see 10 rounds. So it's just, it's just the way.
But the whole model, like we're joking ourselves here if we don't think the model has changed. They invented Contender Series because sport wasn't good enough. It's exclamation mark. That's what that is. It's the exclamation mark championships. You can go in there and beat someone that's really good, and they're looking for killers. That means we want to see guys being finished. It doesn't matter if there's a disparity in experience. They want a product where there's people being finished on their fights, and then you've just got to listen to Dana talking about Power Slap to know that is what they're aiming for. It's short, snappy, digestible content for the internet, as opposed to solid fights, intricate fights, 25-minute fights with the best fights in the world. They want spectacles. They want highlight reels. That's what they're pursuing now.
Let us continue. Felipe, hi Ariel, fan from Porto in Portugal. Congratulations on the show and to the team. You guys are amazing. I was very far from being an MMA fan. It all started during COVID and the lockdown. There are a ton of those. When by chance I watched an episode of your show and since then became almost addicted to MMA. I'm a big Charles Oliveira fan. My question to you and the boys, if DuBronx wins against Chandler, is he next in line for the title, or does he need one more? If so, against whom? Obrigado, and keep up the good work. Well, we presume that Islam and Arman are fighting for the title in January. If Charles wins against Chandler, let's hope that remains. He's 2. I mean, there's Gaethje out there. There's Poirier out there. Max is out there. I could see Max getting a win and then, trying to put him in a title shot. It feels like Oliveira's in the mix, right? Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, because of how close the fight with Arman was, I think you could easily sell that. He was already booked in the Islam fight.
Yeah.
I think he makes a lot of sense as that contender.
Yeah. Travis Borker. Shout out to Travis Barker, the man. Hi, Ariel. Anything goes. It's election day. Can you finally tell us if you participated in the U.S. election? I know last week you said you were not sure if you would. Also, okay, I'm just reading this all. Can GC, Rick, and Mysterious Frank tell us who they voted for? I'm not going to put them on the spot. I will tell you, I didn't even say, I know last week, he says, I know last week you said you were not sure. I said I wasn't going to, and I stuck to that. There was a part of me yesterday where I was like, man, you worked so hard to become citizen and you're not partaking, but for various reasons, I just could not do it. I couldn't do it. I was happy to watch it all unfold. I really do hope that we turn the page and that there are brighter days ahead, more unity. I loved the patriotism that I saw. I feel like the Summer Olympics, correct me if you guys feel otherwise, and I was in Paris, but I was watching everything and I saw so many Americans there. I feel like the Summer Olympics was a reminder, and that was our first Summer Olympics in quite some time with fans post-COVID, of just like how great the country is and how great it feels to be proud to be American, to fly the flag, all that stuff. And it felt like everyone had just forgotten, because there was a point where I felt like some people didn't want to wave the flag and some people are burning the flag and some people, this is like, what the hell happened to patriotism? What the hell happened to the love of this country? And that reminded me in August and July the pride that people have for this country, and I hope, regardless of how you feel, we can get back to that come January. That's really my hope. So I was watching. I like to watch, and I can understand why people think that it's a cop out, and I don't need to get like so far into it on this program here. But like I was kind of disappointed in myself, if I'm being honest, that I didn't partake. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. But I enjoyed watching the coverage to a degree. Like I liked watching what every network is doing. So I spent a little time here. I spent a little time there. I watched on Prime. I thought it was interesting. There were some things that I felt like they needed to improve on, but they're brand new to this. I thought the production of NBC is the best, with the lighting and the set and just like the graphics. I like what they do there. This is the type of like nerdy stuff that I like to look at. NBC's YouTube killed it. NBC had a live stream on their YouTube channel that had between 150,000 people watching, and it was just a map. There was nothing else, just a map. CNN didn't have anything live. NBC then, in addition to that, had their own network airing live, not MSNBC, but actual NBC. Fox News did as well. I don't know if ABC did. I don't think they did. And so I was just curious how everyone was covering it, and what was being aired on YouTube and what was online. I went to bed at like 10:30, 11, and then I woke up and there's a lot of emotion, and there's a lot of tweets, and there's some people spiking the football, and there's other people, hysterical. Let's see what happens. America will go on. America will survive. I do think it is an incredible country filled with incredible people with incredible opportunities. And you would like, especially in these times where there's so much division and so much strife and so much conflict in the world, I would love to see this country come together as one. And honestly, I would love for there to be unity. Even if you didn't vote for Donald Trump, like there has to be unity. There has to be, this I don't know, this feeling that, we're all in this together to a degree. I know not everyone is in the same position economically and socially. And I get that. I'm not trying to have this completely naive, utopic view on the state of the country and the state of the world, but it would be nice. It would be very nice. And I don't know in my lifetime when it was at its peak. When was politics so boring that this country was so unified? Of course, I only moved here in 2001, but I don't know. And perhaps you guys have Frank, you're the oldest on the team.
That's right.
Would the Clinton years be the most obviously
it got wild.
It got wild, but like before all of that, when he was nominated, was that all right?
Maybe we had the .com boom. Like, nah. I think it was boring. Would be like Garfield.
Oh wow, that far. All right.
Gotta go back.
Okay.
Gotta go back a ways.
I'll tell you what. As much as they're probably acting like they're upset, like no one's happier than the cable networks and the newspapers and stuff like that Trump is back. They love this shit. They love it, and that's part of what I was talking about yesterday. I wish that was boring too. I wish news reporting, political reporting, was more like sports reporting. As crazy as that sounds, down the middle, boring, unbiased. Wouldn't that be nice? Just give it to us straight, no agenda. It would be nice, because we're not talking about different countries here. We're talking about the same damn country. Jamal, 2020.
Just in, the guy cleaning the windows behind you has completed his job.
Oh, yeah. There he is.
Just wanted to give him a shout out. He looks super clean.
Yeah. Jamal, 2020. Did Turkey ever try to broker peace between you and Dana? No, that never happened. There was no talks of that. I'm sorry to disappoint, but it did not occur. Why? I don't know. You'll have to ask him, but it did not happen. Ryan, hey, Ariel, when do you think it is likely for Conor's return? First Vegas show of the year, International Fight Week, or even later? It's hard to say at this point. Well, if you look at the calendar, like obviously he's not fighting in January. He's not fighting in Australia. I hear they have big plans for March. I'm not sure what the plans are. April, maybe Spain, May, maybe Brazil. I don't know. I think there's a Canada in there as well. So it might be International Fight Week. That wouldn't be crazy, to be honest. Jeremy, hi, Ariel. What's Colby's deal? Oh, there's another one. We forgot to mention him. He was there yesterday. I saw him with Dana White. Is he one of the most overrated fighters ever? What? No. What does he do all the time? How did he earn his money and so on? I don't know about all that, but he is not overrated. I mean, he fought Usman twice for the belts. He fought Leon Edwards. He beat RDA to be interim champion. Not overrated at all. He just isn't as active, and I don't think he has many more fights left in him. But overrated is not what I would call him. Cole, hey, Ariel and crew. Ariel, hearing you talk to Andy Foster about warnings in the back before the beginning of a fight had me thinking, in the case of a fighter missing weight but the fight continuing, what's your opinion on the fighter that missed weight receiving a point deduction / yellow card? Is that too much, or is taking purse percentage enough? I've heard people say this. I think taking a purse percentage is enough. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like taking a point away already puts some. I can understand people trying to push that, but for me, taking money out of their pocket is enough.
Just to play devil's advocate, there's been a recent swell of people saying that, especially when it comes to big weight misses, that fighters are having an intentional advantage, right? They are saying, I'm going to sacrifice 20% of my purse. I'm going to come in drastically overweight. I know chances are that my opponent is going to accept the fight, and I'm going to use that to my advantage. I do think in situations where it's like a drastic weight miss, where it's clear that there wasn't a hard cut done, that a point could make sense. I don't hate the idea. I'm not sure I love the idea either, but I don't hate the idea. I kind of land somewhere in the middle. But money doesn't seem enough if somebody is flagrantly trying to just use to say, I cut enough, but they're 3 pounds over and just really looking to bully somebody.
Noah, what's up, Ariel and gang? Ariel, my question for you is, where is your basketball podcast? Could we expect a segment like that or a show in the future? I was really loving it. So was my wife. I did that for Showtime Sports, and then Showtime Sports went away. And so perhaps we'll start to introduce other things here. We're just getting off the ground. We're not even a month old. Tomorrow when was our first? October 14th was our first show, right? Am I crazy, or is it October 12th?
That is correct.
Yeah, so we're not even a month old. That sounded like Billy Madison. Was that a Billy Madison reference?
Man, come on.
That is correct. So I love doing it as well. It was a lot of fun. It was very challenging. I certainly don't have the same Rolodex in basketball that I do in fighting, but I enjoyed it. The highlight was probably the Bob Costas episode. That was incredible for me. And so let's see. I love basketball. I'm a big fan. Obviously, Nick's a little bit slow out of the gate, but we'll be okay. We'll be okay. So I do appreciate that. Yeah,
Cavs look pretty good.
I appreciate that. And let's see. The world is our oyster here. Speaking of which, Adam, I'm loving this 5 days a week. I mean, a couple of other podcasts I listen to during the day have taken a back seat to the uncrowned crew, and I'm not complaining. 2 things. I believe the boys in the back should have their own smaller, cozy set. 2, tell Petesy to take down that football over his left shoulder. That ball is as fake as it gets. I had to say something considering he's deep in fantasy football now. Don't even replace it. Your thoughts, Petesy?
This ball was gifted to me by a man I referenced earlier in the show, the great Colin Morrisroe of Pinebrook. He brought it to my house for the Super Bowl. We were very intoxicated. We had a great time. But GC has also commented on the ball. Maybe the ball isn't good enough for you, but it's the memory that is attached to the ball that is important to me, my friend. But I thank you for trying to help me out with my beautiful set here. It's also a fleshlight, which I've pointed out before.
When I come to Ireland, I'm going to hand deliver a Duke.
Can you at least inflate it?
Yeah, we played a different version of the sport that fine night.
I love when PT does. Yes, I love that. That's my favorite thing right there.
So like 1947 college quarterback.
He looks like Archie Manning.
Right, let's take a
yes.
You look like you're wearing a leather helmet or a helmet with a single face mask. Like
I love when he does that.
Picture's definitely in black and white.
Why does he have the hand out like that?
It looks like you're playing at the University of Southern California in 1947.
Stiff arming and throwing.
Now for the Rose Bowl, Peter Carroll. Just got back from World War II service. Now the quarterback, University of Southern California.
It's 100%.
That's what you look like, Pete.
I wanted to try and do something where we'd have a ball in New York, and when I throw it,
one of us.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
We got to get 2 Dukes then.
yeah. I love you, Colin.
Oh my gosh, that would be brilliant. Danny Breezy, Cruz, so happy to be part of the Uncrowned community with the world-renowned Apex celebrating its 100th show. I'd love to hear each of your favorite memories from the era of the Apex. Is it a Magny decision, a Hullet exhibition of trash talk, countless to choose from? Mine is without a doubt Darren Till walking out to no music in honor of the lack of crowd noise we all absolutely love about the Apex. Can't wait to hear your choice. Love from Charlotte. Danny, I do have to remind you, the Darren Till fight that you're talking about was not at the Apex. That was in Abu Dhabi against Robert Whittaker.
You did a Petesy. I did the same thing earlier with the Gaethje and Ferguson.
Yeah. You guys all blended it together. It wasn't July of 2020, but it was in Abu Dhabi. I mean, Francis, I would say, jokes aside, best fight to happen there. In the early days, obviously, there's a ton to choose from because every event was there, or the vast majority. Like Poirier Hooker, incredible.
Yeah, that was...
DC Stipe 2, incredible. No, 3. 2?
Yeah.
3.
August 2020.
Wait, 2 or 3?
3.
3. Yes. Stipe beat him in the ring. Francis Stipe.
Stipe 2, yep.
I mean, Aljo submitting Sanhagen in 90 seconds was crazy.
Aljo Petr Yan was there too.
Yes.
It's not like a highlight,
right.
but it's a memorable moment.
Are you raising your hand?
Yeah, I'm doing the Petr Yan thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there were a lot. Here's the thing. We joke now, and we all wish that it was just being used for the Ultimate Fighter and the Contender Series. But the truth is, and no one could have predicted what was to come, it's one of the greatest decisions UFC ever made was building that thing. And
can you hit the button, please? You know which one. Who the F is we?
Oh.
There's one of us. There's one of us who never denigrated the Apex and thought it was brilliant.
Nah, you can't admit.
One of the best things that's ever been done, and the epic moments that have.
You have to admit, it's soulless. Like now, there's no reason for this to be still a thing. There's no reason, and it feels if you take that Edmonton card, and put it at the Apex. It's totally different. The crowd.
Just a reminder, I started on this show in September of 2021, back on the MMA Hour. And the first Apex event that we covered while I was on the show was UFC Apex 38. Walker versus Santos, I believe it was.
My God.
So in just 3 short years, we've done 62 of these fight nights out of the Apex. And I've watched every single one of them, baby.
Every single one. God bless you.
This is actually a good tease for tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. What do you got?
Not only are we doing the pound-for-pound rankings Apex Predators in honor of UFC Apex 100 Apex Mania show tomorrow, we are going to do the most memorable moments in UFC Apex history. The last 5 years have shaped combat sports in a way that no one was ever able to predict, and we're going to cover our best moments.
And we also do have some breaking news regarding the crack this week, right?
So we've been getting a lot of messages, oh, Ariel, you said it'll be live 5 times a week. And we have been live 5 times a week because there's a live show after some events.
Yeah.
But after deep consideration and let's be honest, some painstaking negotiations I've put Ariel through over the last week, this Friday, for the very first time, the crack will be live, baby.
Live.
Hall's back. Shaheen Al-Shadi's going to be in the house. It's a big moment. It's cost Ariel a lot of money, but I'm going to do it, guys. Me, Chuck, and Shaheen on Friday, baby.
This is an incredible development, and I just want to say, one day I want to hate something as much as a YouTube chatter hates a premiering show that they thought was going to be live that they've now discovered isn't live, even though it has no effect on the content itself.
No effect.
But I mean, there's just the vitriol that they speak with when they come to the realization that it isn't
just
live
earlier,
that moment.
When Ariel read the question that referred to today as election day, the chat was like, "Oh, this is pre-recorded."
Oh, what? This is pre-recorded?
Serious?
What is
and Ariel, what are you staring at, man? You are zoned out.
I don't know. I'm listening. What is he talking about? Did I say it was election day?
No, you read a question on OTN.
Oh,
they were writing the question yesterday.
I just zoned out there for a second.
Yeah, dude, I looked up at you, man. I thought you froze for a minute.
No, I was reveling in how great this is. So look, the way I equated it was, back in the day, Monday Night Raw used to be 1 week live, 1 week taped. and we were trying to go the taped route for various reasons, and people rejected it. It was a repudiation. Is that the word? They repudiated it. Is that a word?
I don't know.
It's a word now.
They
Anyway,
didn't like it.
but now it's live. And what I want you to do, PT, is to hold up a clock and a newspaper on Friday as you go live.
The funniest thing was people were claiming that we were pretending it was live. Like people were like, "This isn't live," and I was in the chat talking to them with my hands like this on the fucking show. I don't know why you thought that we were trying to tell you it was live, but however, it is live now. I think Ariel zoned out there because he had a quick look at his bank balance, because a serious dent put in that bank balance after this week's negotiations. Let me tell you,
I'm excited. This is the evolution of the MMA Beat and the Ringer Show. You are now carrying the mantle, and it's going to be great. So that is this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the channel tomorrow. Boys in the Back. Mr. Rat, hello, Ariel. Can you and the team rank the following holidays in order? Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, 4th of July. I'll go first. 4th of July, 1, because I just love July and I love the summer. 2, Thanksgiving. 3, Christmas. Don't celebrate it, but love the basketball and all that on it. Jesus was Jewish, of course. New Year's, 4.
New Year's 4, gonna go bottom to top. Keep the excitement and the anticipation there. New Year's like a far, far, far away 4. 4th of July 3rd, though I love all these top 3. I'll do Thanksgiving 2 and Christmas 1.
Same list as GC.
Wow. PT?
we don't have half of those holidays. So Christmas.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Wow. Yeah, that actually is.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
Yeah,
Frank?
you guys don't celebrate New Year's or Christmas, huh?
No,
It's really just Christmas for me.
Yeah, wow. I used to love Christmas so much. As a kid, I bought the Time Life Treasury of Christmas, the 4-pack CD, and would play it all year long.
What were some of the bangers on there?
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Also, I like
Joy to the World. Oh, Silent Night.
Oh, yeah, so
That one slaps.
banger.
Holy night.
I like
You get
Joy to the World.
strange look as a Jewish kid listening to this tune.
I would listen to it all the time.
Going around to Ariel's for his birthday and he sticks on Silent Night.
I loved it. Time Life Treasury of Christmas. Like you buy 1-800 blah 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 and you get the thing.
oh yeah,
I adored
Off
it.
the TV. Christmas shoes, anyone?
No, don't
Full
know that
Christmas
one.
clothes. Stevens Day tracksuits.
Christmas
Big
Christmas shoes,
deal
one of
over
the saddest songs of all time, and they play it endlessly.
One of my favorites. I'm dreaming of
Another
a
banger.
white Christmas. That's a great one. I mean, it's just so
We need
cozy.
to record this.
Yeah.
Movies, the songs,
we do an
the
uncrowned-
fires, the food.
An uncrowned
Uncrowned
Christmas.
holiday album. We could get some Jewish. songs.
That'd be
Yeah, that'd be
incredible.
great.
Ariel does the hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ain't bad.
Is there a favorite Hanukkah song?
Frank can produce. I feel like
All
we're onto
acapella
something.
too. All acapella. Oh, that was the Mannheim Steamroller version.
And by the way, miss me with all the new stuff. Mariah Carey. All I want for
That's an old song.
She has like hundreds of millions
that
of
shit,
dollars
man.
off of that.
Miss me.
Miss
Give me
No.
Bing Crosby. Give me Frankie Blue
Crosby.
Eyes. Give me that stuff. Give me the
Jackson
old stuff.
5 had a banger Christmas album back in the day.
Yeah, those are good.
By the way,
Sinatra
new
Christmas.
is kind of like relative, right? Like Mariah Carey's been doing this for
Miss me.
a few decades now. It's not exactly new.
There's the headline right there. Printed in the papers.
Miss me.
Helwani declares no to
Well,
Mariah Carey's
Once
Christmas.
you make the album, we can retire Mariah. So you need to get on that. So Frank,
All right.
let's get some time in the recording.
Ariel in the red
Consider
dress.
it done.
No, I'll have like.
I don't want to laugh at
Yes,
some
we
champagne
need the red
glass.
dress.
And by the way, also miss me with the NFL encroaching on the NBA's Christmas.
Encroaching.
Yes.
They have completely blown the
It's
NBA
bullshit.
out. There is no more
No,
NBA Christmas.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
NFL's king.
Petesy, do it.
NFL's king.
Also, the way you're moving is also like a
Look at
hologram.
him.
It's like
Big Johnny U.
that's exactly.
I don't think I'm gonna make it through the end of this.
Not holding it by the laces.
Stop like. Stop like that.
This is
Crown
Jordan's
has become
best work.
unhinged.
This is Jordan's best work.
exactly
That
it.
picture looks like it is from 1941.
This is Jordan. I can't even look at it.
Oh my god, that is incredible.
Oh my god. With GC's radio announcer voice, it was just
Yeah,
perfect.
it was great.
Both of those were
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Big Money, what up, Ariel and crew? Love the new phase of the show and appreciate all the weekly content. After seeing Dana hanging out with Trump last night, do we think it's possible for him to step away from his UFC duties to serve some sort of role on the presidential cabinet? If so, what would/could he do? Press secretary, advisor, hype man, and would Hunter Campbell be ready to serve as the UFC president and CEO as soon as January? Thanks as always, and go Bills. No,
Your glasses are foggy.
oh, geez, I don't. I don't think so. Listen, you know when when Trump was president the first time, he had like a whole like committee with sports guys, and I think he called them together for COVID, and they were deciding what to do. I could see Dana being involved like that to a degree, but I don't see him leaving the UFC to work in politics. I don't think he has interest in that. Do you guys agree, disagree?
The way he was talking last night.
No, I don't see.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I'll be honest, the power slap thing makes me think he's bored with the MMA stuff.
Oh, 100%.
And
He needs a mission.
This could be a new mission for
Yeah.
him. I could see it. I could totally see it.
Scoops. Hey, Ariel. Thanks for all you guys do. Awesome shows. Love the PT edition and the boys in the back. Please never change that theme song. It is quickly finding its legs and becoming a star in its own right. I do agree. Random dad question. Will you teach Walter and Oliver to drive when they come of age sooner than you think? Yeah, man. Seriously. I mean, I'd prefer them go to an actual professional. Little known fact, I did need 5 tries to get my license.
You're shitting me. 5?
I've definitely talked about this 1,000 times on the show. 3 times my permit, 5 times my license.
That's 3
You
times to
shouldn't
get
be
the
allowed to.
permit.
Yeah, it was
I thought
pretty
you
bad.
just had to go
if
and
you-
sign a paper.
I don't think you're legally allowed to teach them how to drive. I think you are not
Yeah.
like allowed.
Man, I looked like friggin' Mario Andretti out there. I got a 99 on mine. They learn hard.
I will say this, that is this day and age with phones and the idea of my children just going out and driving is probably the most terrifying thought. And I'm so happy I'm not.
Set them up
What's that?
an Uber account. Just get them an Uber account.
No,
Happy
but
days.
eventually it's going
That
to
can't
happen.
last forever.
Eventually, and that to me is terrifying. Like I get nervous when they walk down the block to go to the park. The idea of them going in a car and driving with all the different stuff out there. Like I look back, I'm like, how did my parents ever let
I
me
will
drive?
say the cars themselves are safer now, so at least there's that, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm further away than you are, but it also does scare me.
So
I'll say
no,
one
I don't
thing,
think. I don't think I-
My dad taught me how to drive, kind of, and it's hard
Kind-
in that situation because, well, you have to go and get so many lessons from an official person before you can do the test. I think something like that. I think you have to get 12 lessons with like an official driving license person. But before that, like we're out doing donuts or whatever. No, I'm only messing. But he could get, because you know each other in a deeper level. It can pour over. You know, emotions can get the better of you. So you're better off sending him to a guy like you said, like a proper
The thing with the schools is you're not really learning how to drive. They're kind of teaching it's like they're teaching you the basics, they're teaching you functional stuff, but like it's not really driving. You really don't learn to drive until you get out on the road. It's
Wish
kind
I
of
knew that.
useless.
You don't do it in the car. You don't do
You
the
do it
lessons
in the car, but it's like, okay, under best circumstances, when nobody's trying to pass you, you drive in the middle of the road here, and then you pull over, and this is how you parallel park when you have 20 minutes to try and get it right. Like it's kind of just like it's like a mock. It's not really doing it.
We continue. Gabrielle, hey Ariel, I find getting a good night's sleep hard to balance with work. What time do you guys go to bed at night? New York Rick seems like a guy who would have sleep apnea. What?
Oh my
I'm
god!
telling you, it's getting hard out here for New York Rick.
Yeah,
The
what
couch
the
acting up,
fuck
the
is
sleep
that?
He's a
apnea.
very
What does
lean,
that- what does
handsome
that
man,
mean?
well rested. What is this?
I think it's
You did have labored breathing earlier.
I did have labor.
I think he has it all the time.
Contrary to that, I sleep beautifully, no apnea, no snoring. Like
No snoring.
I am one of the best sleepers you'll find. Like I can turn out
How best sleeper?
I think I've got Sean O'Malley.
How about you guys hop on the Whoop and we actually competed this night? I was in bed by 9:30 last night.
I'll lose every time.
Wait, did you say 9:30 or 11:30?
9:30.
What do you shoot for?
I shoot for during the week I shoot for 9, and then it always gets extended to 10, 10:15. Gotta get up in the gym.
Oh, what time are you waking up?
Oh, holy shit! Look at that.
What time are you waking up?
6, but I'm gonna start moving it to even earlier, like a 5:30, maybe a 5:15 in there.
Dang, to go to the gym
Yeah, I'm gonna start the Aspinall 75 soon.
every day.
6 days a week.
What time do you go to bed? Petes's sleep schedule is the worst.
Yeah, because I would die if I was you, Petesy.
Yeah.
You just casually throw out 4 a.m. like it's 9 p.m. for us.
I was up till 4 a.m. last night.
Yeah, exactly.
UFC pay-per-views
I'll go
near kill me.
I'll go to bed tonight around 12. I'll read a book to knock myself out. I'll get a good 8 hours tonight. But then tomorrow, back up till 4 a.m. for the Thursday night football. I don't even know who's playing. I know I'm going to stay up. Friday, back to basics. You're talking 1 a.m. sleep maybe. Saturday, Apex. I'll miss that, as Ariel would say.
Yeah.
Then Sunday, all-nighter for... You know what I mean? I hate to do it again, lads. But, that beautiful
Yeah.
What time do you get up at?
Whenever. Usually early because Reg attacks the postman every morning at 8 a.m. So I'm up then.
Most of your life, because of us,
Solid
because of the
4 hours
sport,
of
is nighttime. So you probably have a lot of peace and quiet in the morning, right?
No, because the dog.
No, but I just mean like when I was in Europe for a month, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., it was amazing. No one texts you, no one emails you, no one really bothers you. You could see the activity. There's not a lot of news. It must be nice.
That for me was I just got a message off you every day going, "Isn't it nice that we're on this time and nobody texts you?" So I was like, "Well, there goes my fucking piece."
Sorry.
Also he lives there, right? Like it's different
but-
when you're visiting and people are on the different time zone. But PT
Sure, but
lives.
I just wanted him to acknowledge that it was nice. That's all.
Next time you're in Europe, I'm dropping the dog off at your hotel room, and then you can see what it's like, man. That fella, he's a full-time job. You know what I mean?
I've heard some gross stories about him pooping and stuff.
Yeah, he shits all.
He's heard some stories about you.
That's true. Now that's a good point. Ronnie, do you have any more idea on why Matchroom / Eddie Hearn have no involvement in the promotion of Taylor Serrano 2? Yeah, it was part of the deal. MVP wanted full promotional rights, for lack of a better term, and it was too great of a deal to pass up. So I am curious if he's going to be there in any way, shape, or form. There is this ongoing lawsuit, but no, this is a full MVP event, nothing more. We'll do a couple more. Gabrielle, question for Mysterious Frank. Can you please name your favorite spot to eat in New York City? After listening to your detailed Halloween movie critique, I know you can be trusted for restaurant recommendations. A fan in Bakersfield. Gabrielle.
Oh, man. That's a good one. Quixote's? That's my favorite. It's in the, what is it? The Soho Hotel?
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the bottom, and it's like the steakhouse that's Spanish influenced. They have lobster tails that you just eat by the bucket. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're talking Mexican food?
Spanish food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So a little paella.
Little paella.
I had Cuban paella this weekend.
Oh, what would you think?
I loved it. Seafood. How do they make the rice yellow like that?
Spices.
Turmeric.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Tyler, hello, Ariel and gang, checking in from the windiest intersection in Canada. All I have to say is, how about those Winnipeg Jets? Best team in North American sports. Absolutely phenomenal. That is all. All right. Shout out.
Formerly known as
the Phoenix Coyotes.
The Atlanta Thrashers.
Oh, that's right. The Jets went to
70s,
Phoenix.
Right?
And then the Phoenix Coyotes went to Arizona, and then they went to Utah. It's a weird one.
Actually, the Arizona Coyotes, they were never the Phoenix Coyotes.
They were 1,000% the Phoenix Coyotes. Are you shitting me? Google that. Google it. Go ahead.
It's being Googled right now. I typed in Phoenix Coyotes. It corrected it to Arizona Coyotes.
That is such a lie.
This is for you. Hold on one sec.
Shut up, Here we go. They were renamed the Phoenix Coyotes when they moved on July 1st, 1996.
Yes. And then they
and then they
it.
renamed as the Arizona
Yes.
Coyotes on 2014. So what did you just give to him, Frank? What was that?
Yeah.
It was a suck it, and now it's
You're the one doing the
Yeah,
sucking,
yeah,
Frankie.
Hello,
Just a
Mr.
quick update.
Helwani.
Frankie has filled in a lot of his rows here. He's the organizing happening in real time.
Oh, that's great. Iron! Yeah, there it is. Can I ask a quick question about an old event? I need to work on that for next week. Okay, they actually just announced the press conference. They just announced it, that I'll be hosting the press conference on Wednesday. How do I say it, guys? Can you tell me? Is it Iron?
Iron.
Oh gosh,
Iron.
Stop.
iron.
No, I'm being serious
You're
right
saying Iron.
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 now. Iron.
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 Arn.
Iron.
Yeah.
I
Iron.
earn.
Say it.
That's it.
Iron. Say earn.
Earn.
Say earn.
I earn.
I earn.
Iron.
Yes.
Iron.
That was it.
Did it.
Iron.
Yes, you did.
Iron. Iron.
No.
Iron.
No, not
Where
Iron.
does
Not
this,
Iron. We
where
lost
does this pirate
lost
accent
it.
come from?
Okay, let me
Can
pretend
you
like
give us
this.
an R?
All right.
Yeah.
By the way,
R.
if you guys watch the press conference next Wednesday, just know in my mind,
Yeah.
I am going to be saying, "Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up."
I think you might fuck it up worse.
All right, everyone. And now it's time to say hello to the baddest man on the planet, Iron.
No, you did it right.
That was close.
That was good.
I'm literally thinking I earn.
Iron.
Yeah.
Yep.
Iron.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
there it is.
Iron.
No,
Close.
now
You
you're
got it
going-
further away.
Iron.
This is you should
Like,
go.
Iron.
we need to put
Yeah.
we need to put an eye patch on you and a peg leg.
Iron.
Give me
Yes.
your doubloon.
I mean, we've talked about our level of excitement for the fight. What about your level of excitement of being a part of this event? Like, this is gonna be crazy.
No, I mean I'm excited. Texas Stadium. I
You're
want
gonna
them
be in there, Mike Tyson again, like on a stage
in the ring.
Well, yes, that's later, but I'm
That's the
saying
part
even
I'm most
before we
excited
get to that, like,
I'm excited for them to announce the whole team, the whole broadcast team.
That was
What
not
can-
today. You said they announced.
No, they just announced me
okay.
doing the press
Can
conference.
you say your duties?
Reporter / in-ring guy.
Are you gonna do post fights?
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Iron.
That's pretty good.
All right, there it
Sounded
is.
That's what you should be doing. I always, honestly, not tooting your horn here, but I always think you should be the in-ring guy. I think that's what you're great at.
That's my favorite thing
when
to
you're
do.
there. When you're there, and love all the guys. Love that, eh? But like,
Pizza, you got a little schmutz on the tip
Nah, I
of your nose
appreciate it.
there.
What's schmutz?
Schmutz, like you got some schmutz.
Oh, is that
The horn has certainly been tooted.
No, listen, it's very kind of you. It's
Look.
very-
big negotiations this week. That's all I'll say. I'll say no more.
Jordan, hey Ariel, who's the best person you know to eat wings with? There's two people. My good friend Jason Tackefman and my other good friend John Beer. I would tell both of them I would pay money to watch them eat wings. They're the type of people who would put the whole thing in their mouth and it would just come out, and they just attack it with such passion and vigor. I would literally tell them that I would pay pay-per-view dollars to watch them eat wings. I enjoyed the process so much. You guys have friends like that?
No,
I
nobody
really.
that I,
I was actually shocked that you had like a rankings list.
Please
the
don't
two-
watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed eating wings with them. Jessica, do you or any of the boys in the back have investment in TKO stock?
No, I don't.
No.
No comment.
I'm not built like
Wow.
that.
I had what was it? WME IMG when they went public, or was it TKO that went public? I forget. No. Yeah, they were public, and then I sold it immediately. It was like nothing.
Two more. Felix is asking if we ever consider doing On the Nose on Monday. I just feel like there's too many guests and too many things to react to. I understand why he is saying that, but I kind of like Wednesday. For a moment, I thought about doing it on Tuesday.
I don't understand it. No, what was good about him?
Like all the events happen, so there's a bunch of questions.
All right.
Nah, this is the right spot. Let it stew. Get the good questions in. Let the chaff filter out, and we get to the good stuff.
All right. And then one more here. Joshua, morning team, especially Grandpappy and New Gout Rick.
Love it.
I don't like how this is going.
Those are some deep cut nicknames.
This is
Sleep
lore.
apnea and gout.
Happy and Gout Rick are go tos.
I don't like this
Sleep
at all.
apnea.
It's a very
I'm
healthy man.
certain that the sleep apnea guy is also the gout guy, and I'm not liking this. I don't like this one bit.
I want to see how long you can go giving these just like elder diseases to Rick.
It seems like a thing. There was another one before. Congrats on all your success. I've been listening for years. Can we get full confirmation of a live show if we get UFC London? Seriously, all the best, Little Mermaid and friends, true giants of all sports coverage. Live forever, Joshua. I cannot confirm, but I would like to do it. That would be nice. If they come to London next year, maybe we should try. What do you guys think? That would be nice.
That would be incredible. That'd be a dream. A live show in London? Are you kidding me? And then we go and get the halloumi fries afterward.
Oh, yeah. I want to let you all know that there's a new 6-part documentary series following Platinum Mike Perry behind the scenes as he launches Dirty Boxing. Right? Isn't that what it's called? Dirty Boxing?
On, don't do this.
No, I was waiting for something. Dirty Boxing Championship, a.k.a. DBX. They announced it back in July. It is launching in the coming weeks. And on the DBX YouTube channel, premiering this Friday, November 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern, is part 1 of the 6-part series of them launching it all. And we do have a preview of said documentary series. Here is Mike Perry talking about his old pal, Conor McGregor.
What do you think about this? Conor and Mike.
That needs to happen.
Conor's awesome. He's chirping a lot. He fired Mike.
I think that's why. Well, it's good for everybody. It's good for everybody. Go ahead. Chirp, chirp.
I don't think he
But
fights.
I know it made you fucking mad.
He's not gonna fight.
Well, it's good for everybody, but I know it made you mad.
No, what's making me mad is everybody sucking his balls.
Damn.
Like he's already fought for them. Like, hi, did y'all forget that I'm the reason y'all are pumped up right now?
There it is. All right, so this Friday at 2 p.m. on the Dirty Boxing YouTube channel, their first event coming in a few weeks' time.
Before we move on, though, we have actually a message from our friend Mike.
Oh, yes.
To you.
Oh, what do we got?
Yo, what's up, Ariel? It's your boy Mike Perry. First of all, I want to congratulate you on your new setup and the deal with Yahoo Sports. You're making big moves. Now, I'm also making big moves. I know you were there at the launch press conference.
That's right.
And we've moved on a lot since then, but it's been crazy getting this thing off the ground. I've had a documentary crew following me around, filming all the behind the scenes of what goes into putting together a new promotion. We put together a 6-part series, and the first episode drops this Friday on the Dirty Boxing YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
Our first event is November 23rd, but it's underground.
Oh.
It's closed doors, invite only. We'll have lots of special guests, so maybe I'll see you there. If not, maybe I'll swing by your show and see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to all the combat sports fans that are excited to see some dirty boxing in the future.
All right, Mike Perry with a special greeting, a special message. Hope he's in good spirits. Hope all is well. And yeah, it sounds like the Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva boxing match from a few months back, like a black tie under. That was televised. Well, actually, only televised in Brazil. But I'm curious to see how it goes and wish everyone there, his whole team, great success in that venture. We do have one super chat question, Frank. What is it?
Yeah, so this comes from Cole B, and they ask, we are 14 days away from the Mark Hunt's lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Thoughts?
I mean, I'm not really sure. I've seen Mark's tweets and his videos and all that stuff. I'm not like, I don't even know. I don't even know what to make of it all. All this stuff is very complex. There's also the Johnson v. Zuffa trial that is still pending because they had the settlement for the Lee v. Zuffa case, but there's still that other one. So Mark seems to be very confident that it's all going to work in his favor, and let us see. I did see Khamzat Chimaev tweet something about Donald Trump, which makes a lot of people think that he will in fact be next for a title shot, but who knows? Who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows how it's all going to work out? But this isn't just like bluster, by the way. Having the President of the United States in your corner helps. Darren Till has openly talked about how he helped get him to MSG. I think it was 244, the Kelvin Gastelum fight, right? He made that happen. which is remarkable. So he's a big MMA fan. He's a great friend of Dana White and the UFC, and I don't doubt for a second that it will be of great benefit. But to what degree and in which capacity, impossible to say at this time. All right. Thank you very much to everyone for their questions. Thanks for watching this video. Hey, before you go, do me a favor, hit that sub button, give us a thumbs up, hit the little bell thingy as well. Leave us a nice comment or two. We appreciate you all very much.